through tough times, it's been going through a recession. It's starting to change, and I think the industry is going to find itself under considerable pressure. And therefore there is an opportunity for people coming out of the armed forces to actually fill with their particular skills the gaps which are going to be there in the construction industry.
The armed forces exist to defend the nation's interests, but in doing so we have to project power overseas, often to places where there is no existing infrastructure. So if you take, for example, Camp Bastion in Afghanistan, 7 years ago it was a bare patch of empty desert. Now it's a town of 30,000 people. Now that was mostly built by military people.
Yes, after a lifetime in construction and engineering, most recently had the engineering and infrastructure required for the Olympics. Fabulous example of what construction is all about, which is teams of people working together with a very clear goal.
I think there are the obvious transferable skills from our engineers in the armed forces, but there are many, many more skills that we have that translate directly into the construction industry. We have HR administrators, we have finance people, we have logistics, we have everyone from chefs to supply specialists. So we cover all of the gamut, if you like, of the range of different skills required in construction.
Whilst I was in the RAF, I was in for 27 years. There are some remarkable similarities, a hierarchical structure, there's the discipline of working on site and having to sort of think on your feet. From the military, you get an awful lot of management and leadership training, and these translate perfectly into the construction industry.
Well, I joined the Army in 1996 as a young 17-year-old soldier. I joined the Royal Artillery straight away. Now that I'm a civilian, I'm a telecommunications specialist, and all the skills and knowledge that I learnt from my service in the Army, I've been able to take with me onto Civilian Street.
I was in the Army for about 13 years, and from there on I worked as a surveyor. People who left Army are highly skilled and well disciplined.
I was in the infantry battalion. Since leaving the Army, I joined a small residential developer as operations manager. I particularly enjoy the fast pace of the job. There is the independence and responsibility of making decisions.
I was a carpenter joiner, trained in the Royal Engineers. I left the forces 18 months ago. It's a good industry to get into. There's so many different roles in the construction industry that people don't know about and they don't think about. You could go into pretty much anything with the background they've got from the forces.
I entered Sandhurst in September 2010, having gained a degree in construction management. And unfortunately, a few months into training, I suffered a shoulder injury. What I really like about construction is you're making something, you can see the work you've done, you're working with a group of people towards that, and the finished product really gives you a sense of satisfaction.
When I joined the Navy back in 1985, I progressed through the ranks over the last 27 years, and my final rank finishing off at Warrant Officer First Class.
I think all branches of the forces have a big element to bring to the construction industry, and the construction industry has the flexibility to train people up on the construction specific elements.
I believe the quality and the competency of the service personnel today that could be drawn into the industry can make a real difference for the future.
But of course we are the biggest deliverer of apprenticeships in the country, and we have a 90% pass rate, so we're well used to developing and training people to a very high standard.
There's potentially a win-win here. There's a win for the industry as it picks itself up and starts to recruit and is looking for really skilled people, and with people coming out of the armed forces with those skills, there potentially could be some real opportunities.
If you're looking for a workforce that's focused on getting the task done, no matter what the conditions, then you're definitely looking in the right place.
There is a wealth of information about careers in construction on the CITB website. To find out more, visit citb.co.uk/careers. The Career Transition Partnership is the official MOD provider of resettlement support to help leavers of the armed forces through their transition from the services. In addition, the CTP offer a no-cost recruitment solution to employers. If you're leaving the forces for the civilian job market or an employer looking to recruit from this highly trained, motivated pool of talent, contact the CTP now.